Okay, we start recorded. Good morning, everybody. Oops, real quick, let me let me mute everybody. I don't want to mute them.
Obviously the way that we get to learn about this on.
Okay, all right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the very first boot camp for the month of January and moving forward into 2018 and sharing this amazing program. My name is Mary Blatchley, and this is
Brian Blatchley.
And we are so excited and honored to be able to present today. And we're even more excited because just this month we were able to rank up after over a year. We ranked up to integrated regional director. So we're very excited. Thank you. Very, very blessed, and for the power of what this program represents to us, not only, physically, but mentally, and of course, financially. So we started our journey in August of 2016 as clients, and together we lost over 115 pounds. We became health coaches 3 weeks into our journey because we already felt the power of what was possible with Optavia and with the support of our health coach and the community. And we just knew that this was a fantastic opportunity for us. So we took the risk, and the risk has just created a lot of changes, positive changes for our family and for us individually. So we're excited to have everybody on today. So to begin our journey through this training, we are going to, I would like to introduce a fantastic coach, Mike Madden. Mike, I'm going to let Mike share a little bit more about his personal journey as a client and a coach, but take notes on what Mike has to say, because his business is booming. He's helping a ton of people. He's growing coaches along the way. So we're very excited to have him share some of his fantastic tips today. So Mike, are you able to unmute yourself? Let me see if I can get you. Where? There it is. Okay. All right. Mike, hey, welcome.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good.
Thanks for the wonderful intro.
You're welcome. So would you give us the joy and share, if you could go back and speak to yourself when you were just getting started, and what you would say?
I would probably say you determined very early in my journey what my why for coaching was. When Joan started coaching, her why was pretty simple. She wanted to pay for her program. And when I joined up, our why kind of changed. It became, well, let's see if we can take a run at this. And then it was, hey, this could be our retirement. So I think that part about leading from the future is important. Look at where you want to be, not 10 years from now, but even 20 years from now. What do you want to be doing? And truthfully, when we looked at it, we said, this is something we can do and we wanted to do. So looking back now, I think looking for a larger target at the very beginning was probably the right way to go. And setting a goal for yourself that other people think is impossible is probably one of the most important things you can do. Because early on, we skipped right over senior coach and went right to manager the month that we did that. And that was because of just wanting to get it done. The following month, we went to ED, and we were told, no way you can bring on that many clients this month. And we did it. So what I'm telling you guys is that you can do it. just put your nose to the business, reach out for people, talk to them, be genuine, be yourself, because guess what? They're going to see right through it if you're not being yourself. So reach out for people. They're out there. People are hurting every day. You're going to see people who say, hey, I really need your plan. Yeah, and that was probably the best one. We had a client who wrote us a message recently who said, thank you for opening a door I didn't even need to know I needed to go through.
Oh.
Yeah, and really that's what it's all about. I mean, if we can get people to a state where they're healthy because we reached out and opened that door for them, all the better. And just the other thing that we probably early on didn't do, and you guys could probably start doing, is reach out for people who you don't think need to plan. Talk to people who you might not think need to plan, because even though they might not need to plan, they have a friend who does. And if you're posting on their timeline about how you're a health coach and you're helping people, somebody on their timeline is going to see it and say, well, I want to talk to that person. And that will bring in those clients for you. So that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing your words of wisdom, and congratulations to both of you on your success that you've had. So
Thank you.
Blessing even more lives. So thank you so much. Fantastic.
Hopefully we'll be joining you soon.
You will. It will. Everybody on here will. If you're on here, that means that you are ready to move your business forward. So that's just the first step. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Jay, right? I think it goes up. There we go. Oh, he's muted. Okay. All right. Let's move on to. All right. So if you're a new coach, hopefully you have ordered and received your kit. I'm going to let Brian share a little bit more about the what to look forward to and in preparing for your kit to arrive.
So generally what we find is even before your box arrives, you could have 5 or 6 people that you've already begun kind of thinking about, that have been on your heart, that you would like to help, as to get healthy. And a lot of times those are the people closest to you. And almost all the time those end up being your first clients, because they may be close and they know what you're about, and they maybe have already seen the changes in you as a client, and they've probably thought about it for themselves as well. So a lot of times, chances are you're thinking about them, but they might be thinking about you as well. So even before that box comes, you want to start to reach out to those people and say, hey, I've got this great gift to share with you. Would you like to know more about it?
Yeah, I love the analogy that I've heard on this training before, and it's that when you open that box up, clients don't just pop out. So the key is for you to get into action and for you to start sharing and caring, and also know that people aren't always going to come to you. If you're waiting for them to come to you, it is not going to happen. It may happen for the short term, but eventually that will stop. So it's really good to put these tips, these systems into place early on. It becomes so much easier, and then it becomes a habit for you. So, all right. You want to go ahead?
Sure. So especially for the new coaches that may have just signed up, and some of you are in this category when you're in your first 30 days. Some might not be, but it kind of holds true. Optavia offers a one-time client acquisition bonus called the CAB, meaning if within your first 30 days of signing up and ordering your business kit, if you add five clients, that you'll earn an extra $100 towards your business. So you need to bring on board 5 clients to earn this, and the combined orders need to be at least $1,000 of frontline volume, which usually is not an issue you're ordering, a full month for everybody and ordering the kit for them. Usually the frontline volume is not the issue there. It's getting the 5 clients. And also the company also pays for a sponsoring match so that your business coach or coaches that have maybe been coaching longer, and then you bring on a coach for yourself, they also earn $100 if a coach under your team gets that client acquisition bonus. So you can kind of see on the screen there that, between the 15% that you get on that frontline volume plus another 5% that you get for ranking up to senior coach for all those orders in that month, plus that $100, that could earn you up to, $456 just right there, which I know you guys can do the quick math, especially the ones that have been on program, like we usually tell you, that'll pay for your food, and if not more, and then it just keeps going from there.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's just the start. So, all right. Oops. I'll do this one. Accountability partners. I didn't do this at the beginning. We didn't do this at the beginning, but I have since started encouraging and assisting our new coaches to seeking accountability partners. So if you haven't done so already, reach out to your sponsor coach or your business coach, your business team today, and request an accountability partner. Do that for the duration of this boot camp. So again, it's to hold each other accountable. So you're following through with the series as well as the action steps. The action steps will be listed at the end of this session. You'll meet with your accountability partners weekly or as needed. This is generally just done through a Zoom. I've also done phone calls. We do a lot of it through Facebook Messenger as well. And then, of course, report your accountability partner in the Bootcamp Facebook group, which is Go Senior Coach Bootcamp, January Go Senior Coach Bootcamp, along with your action steps for the duration of the Bootcamp series. And it's a great way to remind other coaches and to show them your action, you're inspiring, you're motivating. It might add a little bit of a competitive spirit for people like, oh man, I need to get on this too. And so it breeds enthusiasm and energy for other people to get out there and create friendships with these other coaches, because you're going to see each other. You're going to be best friends with people that you've never even touched before. So I know Annika and we are accountability partners along with Monica, and it has pushed me in ways that have been forever changing. So thank you for that. The next component is have fun with your accountability partners. Enjoy this process. Make it about friendship. It's amazing when you forget about what you're doing, it actually happens. So just forget about it. Get lost in having fun. And then, as I mentioned earlier, reach out to your coach or to anybody in the Facebook group on Facebook and let them know if you need an accountability partner. We'll find one for you. All right, you should have received your new coach welcome letter once you signed up to coach. Oops. Sorry. So this is what it looks like. So hopefully they posted this in your messenger group, your team group, or it was emailed to you. This document is really crucial. I always put a note on there for coaches. Please read everything thoroughly and watch every video, and then we'll chat. It's going to contain everything that you need to know for acquiring your first 5 clients and assisting them. It is pretty much what we call the foundation of everything that you need to know from here on out. So including, it also lists on there how to place their first orders, what we're going to order for them, and also how to support them. Those are all located in this document. You can also find some fantastic information from coach answers if you have additional questions. And then if you just can't find it, or maybe you're overwhelmed and you're not seeing it, reach out for help. We will guide you as to where to find it. So look this over if you haven't done it. Add it to your to-do list. If you have to, do one thing at a time. Do one video, take a break, do another. It's not about overwhelming. It's about learning those becoming micro habits and putting the work in to get it done. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, this is a big things we like to say, to our new coaches or people that, have been asking about, coaching, and a lot of people like myself don't really have, an interest in being a salesman, that we don't feel like, especially with people that we're close to and things like that. So that's really not what we do. We share a program, and we care about the person in a way that we're trying to help them, not that we're trying to sell them something. Because I think that is going to resonate with the client a lot more. So just, if you're still thinking about, oh, how can I try and sell this or that, don't try to change your mindset to think, how can I share this with people, and how can I, come from a place that, shows that I'm caring about them, rather than just interested in making money, from their order or whatever.
Yeah, and I love to, one of on the health assessment form, you may have noticed, it even asks for you to ask permission to share. Ask him, would it be okay if I share with you my story of how I became a client and where I was in my life and what has gotten me to where I am now? And I mean, 100% of the time they're going to say yes, but ask for permission. Again, really keep it genuine, keep it authentic, share your heart, share your story, be in love with your story, be consumed with your story, because that is really what is going to, they're going to hear more than anything else is your story and how it transformed your life. Of course, your coach will model this for you. Sorry. All right, ready? Go ahead.
Okay, so we want to kind of just do a little bit of a exercise with everybody here.
We'll use each other.
Okay. So we want to imagine that we had $10,000 to give away, and who would we want to give that to? Who are 25 names?
Yeah, so this is going to be a little bit of a we're going to do some, I want you to write down numbers 1 through 25. Yeah, you want to think about, the 25 people that you would like to give a piece of that $10,000 to. And that's going to also probably be kind of the people you'd most like to help, in getting healthy, So, I mean, Let's see here. Let me go to the next one. Who are those 25 people that you would cover their program for if you could? And then choose the top 10 out of that list who you would ask for them to practice with you and start a new position of some sort if you need someone to practice on, and put stars next to their names. And this is going to be what starts you starting your hundreds list. So if you can keep that concept in your head, who would you give $10,000 to freely? That will help you get started. And it doesn't even have to be people that you are thinking of that are overweight. Maybe it's somebody that could use assistance with financial freedom, somebody that's struggling to get bills paid, or someone that struggles with energy and keeping up with life and kids. So just really be very open-minded.
Yeah, I think that's important. I think you don't just go through and try to think about the 25 people that that might struggle with weight, or the health, because there's a lot of people out there that you don't necessarily, think that would be the people that reach out to you. So you probably are going to avoid reaching out to them, and I know a lot of our clients and coaches that we bring on kind of been in that category, like, oh, I didn't know you struggled, but we can't just discount them because we don't necessarily see them as being, obese or whatever category you want to put them in. It's really all kinds of people out there are looking to get healthy in different ways, and it's not just about who weighs the most,
Exactly.
When you get somebody like that that's really ready to make a change and they have a big transformation, that can be great, but that's going to be still a lower percentage of the total number of people that you're actually helping. So
absolutely right. I love that. That was right. That is going to be your smallest percentage. All right, moving on. So what is your next step after you've written down those 25 to 100 people that you love and that are on your heart? Okay. All right. So, all right. So, all right. Sorry, I'm checking this over. Okay. I'm going to review this with you. Hopefully your mentor has gone over this with you before. But this is a way for you to, to reach out to those people. And you're asking for them to assist you in practicing the steps, the training steps that you need in order to become more proficient at sharing and caring about this program. And so here's the verbiage that you use. So you just keep it very simple. Like here you can see it was done in a messenger format, but these can also be done on the phone. You can text it as well. Again, ask your best friend, ask your brother, ask your sister, ask relatives, your husband, just to have that opportunity to practice, because you might be really surprised at what they find out in doing that health assessment. Like, wow, I never thought of that. Again, like someone said, like Mike said, he didn't know that the door was there to be opened. So very exciting. So this is these are the first steps is getting those people set up to start practicing this health assessment. This is key there. So you just keep it very simple. If you have to do a print screen on this, we'll move on to the next slide. All right. All right. And then you want to take it to the phone. All right. All right. I'll start the first one. Ready? Go. So what happens next? You're going to schedule those calls so you can start learning. All right. Don't keep going back and forth. Just say, I have this time or this time open. Can you make it?
Okay. So it's a good goal to try to have 6 or 7 calls done with your support team, within that first week. That'll help get you started towards, that goal of, acquiring your first 5 clients within that 30 days. Not every one of these people, in fact, probably a very low percentage of them will just sign up right on the dot. So you need to start doing those calls to start to let them think about it. Sometimes they need to talk it over or think about it for, a couple weeks or months or a year. So the more calls you can get and reaching out to people, the better, the more, because it's, like I said, it's when you're sharing and caring, it's not selling. People shouldn't necessarily feel pressured to sign up on the spot. So more calls, the better, but 6 or 7 calls within the first week.
Yeah, and really utilize that Facebook Messenger coach group that you have, that your coach set up for you. It's really good to have a nice variety of different coaches to assist you with those calls. The way that they present things is maybe a little bit different. You can learn a lot of different things from them as well. My suggestion is do as many with them as you can, whatever you feel comfortable with. They're there for you. And then, of course, you want to let your mentor team do those initial calls for you. Of course, so they'll do them for you, then they're going to do them with you, and then we're going to watch you do them as well. So that's how it's going to go.
Okay. Three-way communication. We like to do this a lot, both first when you're doing the calls, but also when maybe you've had a client start and you want to do a celebration call with them. As far as the first initial calls, this is important. One, for you as a new coach to learn, how do I talk about this? What do I say? How do I really get to that person's why? Why do they want to do this? And most of you probably like to have that coach on with you, helping support you so you can listen, just to get you comfortable with the whole, format of how we want these calls to look. Especially coaches have been doing this for a long time, these people that are close to you, you really want them to hear about the program, not just from you, because you're probably really excited to tell them things, and you don't really know how to say it, and you really want these people that are close to you to really hear, about the program, everything about it, and not missing steps because you don't maybe forgot that, at first, as you haven't done a whole lot of these. And yeah, it just helps to kind of get to your first step, your first goals. Use your support team. The more people that you have, to talk to that client and support that client, the better. And I think most of you probably found that out as clients, and it continues as coach, and the systems are very similar. So we definitely like to use three-way communication, like I said, not just for calls, but celebrations and kind of throughout. This helps to help the client or potential client really feel integrated into the community.
Did you already do that one?
Nope.
Okay. All right. So the power of the three-way communication call. Oh, you want to sit on my lap? All right. So these words are supposed to come up. Okay. One by one. Is this right? No. Okay. So who are you going to invite? Of course, you're going to invite yourself, of course. You're going to invite your coach, your potential client. When can we do them? We can do them anytime. I've actually helped coaches do them while I've been at my son's baseball game before. So you're only as limited as you allow yourself to be. And then, of course, how you want to complete the Optavia health assessment during the three-way communication call. Start the well-being tracker, and of course, at the very end, you and your coach want to debrief. It doesn't just end there. It's a really great way for you to look back at that call, and you can ask lots of questions. You can see what went well during the call, what you feel like you might need to work on. And it's just a great way to look at some areas that you might need to work on. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. just a real quick slide. These are all documents that you should have gotten in your new coach welcome. It has the outline for the call, your health assessment calls. It has a format for the health assessment. Maybe current things they struggle with, everything they want to achieve. With the program, how much weight they want to lose, do they want more energy? Do they want to fit into a different size clothing, things like that. So that's something you can go back on when they're clients or when they're still thinking about becoming clients, how are you getting towards your goals and things like that. And also the well-being evaluation, which kind of just helps summarize where they are now, and in their total health, with their healthy mind, body, and finances as well. So again, these can be finding your new coach, and you want to have them out and plenty of them printed off, especially as you're starting to do a lot of calls. If you're getting off to, just posted something on Facebook or something, and all of a sudden got, 15, 20 people reaching out to you, and you got 5 calls set up in a day. You want to just have a bunch of these handy so that you can go right through and then keep them organized, as you continue on. So.
Right. You want to immediately start to set up your binder too. That's key. Like Mike said, if in his second month if he had reached executive director, that meant he was helping over 20 people, 18 to 20 people. That's incredible. Can you imagine having to keep track every week, every day for your new clients? So organization is key. And if you start it early on, you don't have to clean up any messes later. All right.
Why were I sing happy birthday?
Why were we singing? We were singing happy birthday to Joan. Yeah, because today's her birthday. Okay. All right, ready?
Okay. And this is kind of summates, kind of what we've been talking about with the three-way communication. And this kind of, goes over the hows, that people may be asked. That's kind of what the clients, of course, one of the first questions, how much does it cost? How does it work? They want to know how long will it take to get to my goals and things like that. These are a lot of times what the potential clients want to know. And then, but what, as their coach or potential coach, what we really want to know is, their why. Why do they want to get healthy? And that'll help them focus on what's truly important to them, and not, am I going to like the food? Am I going to be able to afford this? If they really want to make positive change, the cost, won't seem as a big deal to them. They'll figure out ways to meet these great goals, and but we really want them to know why they're getting healthy, to make the positive changes they want to make in their life, and all these other how questions become very secondary and much smaller, to the why.
Yeah, I love to use the example with my potential clients is, I was in such a desperate state of health and well-being before we started, and if somebody would have asked me to eat a shoe, I would have, because I was just that desperate. So definitely, just really focus in on, reassure them that you will go over everything. You have a health assessment that you'll need to complete on them first to determine which of our great programs would work best for them to help them achieve their goals. Remind them it's very, very client focused. And so we want to make it all about them and ensuring that they reach their goals and are successful. We don't want to just send them to a website. I even get a lot of questions like, well, can you give me an idea of what I'll be spending? And I won't even reach that. I just assure them that I will go over all of that. If they really genuinely want to get healthy, they will be willing to wait for that. If not, that's probably not the client that you're looking for. because they're going to do it for a month, a week, or whatever, and it's going to, potentially could frustrate you, and you lose that motivation and inspiration. So it's okay to be selective about who might be the right person for this program. You really want them to be a 9 or a 10 before they make that step. Yeah, I can do that. Okay. So as your support team assists you with those calls, you're going to learn that the first 5% of the call is just going to be the introduction. The next 65% of your call with your mentors is going to find out your potential clients' why. 20% of the call will be spent on sharing how our program can best meet their needs. And the last 10% on the call will be spent on answering any questions and, of course, inviting them to join our optimal health community. So if you look at that, again, I love this picture, this graph. 65%. Make it about them. Right.
Okay, so kind of as I said earlier, you want to print out these health assessments. I believe these are the new updated Optavia ones. You'll want to print out a bunch of these out initially. You'll want to have the well-being tracker for every client that you do an explore call with. And these will go in your binder, your health coach binder, as you keep your clients organized throughout. You may have them organized in people that are current clients, people that are are still thinking about it, or maybe people that have said not yet, not no, but not yet, because a lot of times they'll come back and want to sign up later. So this is the number one tool we can use to help keep track of a potential client, and the number one tool we use during any follow-up, because it's a quick step. You can come back and say, okay, where are we at, and if they're struggling or need to get towards their goals.
And the verbiage is all on there too for you. Exactly what to say, how to say it, how to segue into the next topic. So just practice these. Practice them on your children. Practice them on your mom or dad. I did that. I'm a therapist, and I would always do that with my family members, just so I could become more comfortable and it didn't feel quite as rehearsed. Okay, some questions that your coach may ask are going to be, of course, what are your health goals? What would you like to accomplish? Why do you want to get healthy? That's usually my first one. How long have you been feeling that way? When was the last time you were where you wanted to be? What will success look like for you? What would they love? What will they be loving most about their newfound health and life? And then, of course, on a scale of 1 to 10, how motivated are they to begin their journey? So you really want to get deep into these questions. You really want them to really see that picture and help dream weave with them what's possible for them. What is that going to look like for you, for them, when you ask that question? I also love the one, what would it mean to you? Who are the people in your life that you want to get healthy for? And so keep those in mind as you're asking these questions.
Okay. So one part of the coach is understanding what's best for our clients. And so here's a picture as it comes up on the shop, of the optimal kits, and the one on the left side of your screen there looks like the select group of feelings, and the one on the right would be the essential kit. But why we always start every client with these kits is for a couple of reasons. We know there's enough food for a full month. It includes the book, Dr. A's Habits of Health, and the companion guide. It allows them to get the biggest discounts. And so we, as coaches, you really want to facilitate the order to make sure it's done correctly. We do not want to just send clients to the website and say, you know, why don't you just pick out what you want, go ahead and order it. Just make sure, you know, you link me as a coach or whatever. They're not really going to know what they like to eat, for one. They're not going to know the difference between the what the different lines of food are. They may not know the difference between a fueling and a snack. And so you may end up having to do more work on the back end to fix, you know, their order, or they may have, you know, wasted money towards something that's not going to help them get into a fat burn and things like that. So really with that first order, we want to be right there with them, you know, ordering that for them so that they know they're getting what they need. And then when it comes time for their second order, you know, and they kind of know what they like now, you know, we want to then give them the power to make that change as to what, you know, they want to do. So that's why we place that first order. We really want to make sure that we're getting them started how we want to get started. And then usually by the second month, they're kind of ready to be a little bit more independent and, you know, take things off on themselves. So,
yeah, I love what Brian said. He said, also understand the difference between the essentials and the select. It's very important to understand that. What's important to your client? I do have one particular client, and it was very important to her to have non-GMO. That was so vital to her. And so that's what we ordered for her. You know, understanding probiotics and why those are valuable, understanding the vitamin D and why is that important for their health. So that is, those are just very important pieces, and it's giving you credibility as that you really genuinely care about their health and helping them order. So really understand these different pieces. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. So Optavia 30 is something you want to, you know, something you want to make your clients, you know, aware of.
This way.
Yeah.
So
This way.
Yeah, Optavia 30 is it's a really fantastic way. I do this on kickoff call, journey kickoff call night. It's an electronic support tool that we have for clients for their first 30 days to integrate them into the optimal well-being. So again, it's just that next layer, another whole layer of support, working on the daily micro habits of health. And then in their guide, they also receive a journal with weekly themes and encouragement. Of course, they're going to have the support from you, the health coach, because you're going to send those daily texts out. You're going to have, not only are you going to have support calls with your clients, but we also have our weekly support calls. And then knowing where to send them for the recipes as well. So have them text Optavia 30 to 99000, and they do that the night before. And they can also opt back in and do that every month if they want to. It's a great reminder for Dr. A, or for the weekly Habits of Health call, because they get that text right there that's like, reminder call. And we all know that in order to have a comprehensive program, it's the combination of all four of the components that we offer clients that lead to success. So we want to get them linked into every part of our program possible.
okay, and so this is the kind of the summation of what you want to get started on this week. As far as the boot camp series, so this week action steps. So this is again maybe another important slide to maybe do a print screen of once we have everything up here. So that kind of the things you need to be working on, this week in preparation for, in your first month, and like I said, even if it's not your first month, maybe some things you haven't been doing that you maybe need to integrate, into your business. So I'll go through the first one. You want to invite the 10 people you've already identified, as the people you want to help to a 3-way call with another member of your support team. So a lot of times that may be your health coach, or maybe your health coach, but somebody, to reach out to. And like I said, it's good to hear that from different coaches as well. But coaches are always here to help you on these calls, the 3-way. So it's important to reach out to somebody to help you with those as you're learning how to do the call and getting your own style.
All right. So you can do this via text or phone call, messenger within the next 12 hours and get these lined up.
Okay. Then we're going to try to complete at least 5. We're reaching out to these 10 people. Complete at least 5 of these 3-way conversations by midweek, which would be, Wednesday evening.
Okay. Remember, debrief each call with your coach. Very, very important step. Very critical step.
Okay. You want to get set up with an accountability partner. There's people within the Facebook group, the Go Senior Coach January Facebook group, that would be available to do there. But chances are your coach might have another coach within their group that is kind of in the same stage as coach as you are, and or can reach out to several different people throughout the community to find somebody for you that may be a good fit as your accountability partner. We want to be both getting a partner and then starting to talk weekly.
Yep. Bonus, start those 5 clients by next Saturday. So it's exciting. This is a great way to move forward into 2018, supporting more people, working toward your goals that you've set for yourself, for your business, in body, mind, and of course, finances. We want to open up the forum now for everybody to be able to ask questions. So
anybody needs to get a print screen of that shot, that's a good time to do it right now.
Print screen time, or take your iPhone and take a picture. There we go. I'm trying to open gallery view. You want to do it?
Okay, unmuted everybody. All right, so you're unmuted. If anybody has any questions.
Dorothy?
Hi, I have a question about print screen. How do you do that?
Okay, very good question. Are you using a laptop computer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'm not sure about your computer, but at the top of our keyboard, on the right, it says there's third from the end. PRTSQR for print screen. Do you see that on yours?
I do not. What did you say? Because I didn't hear there was music.
It's at the top of your keyboard.
Okay.
Okay. Ours is toward the right-hand side.
Oh, print screen. I found it.
Yay! Okay, well, we'll pull that back up for you. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Hang on. You
Appreciate
need
that.
for her. One second, Joan. We'll let you get that back. If you have an iPhone, you could also take a picture of it that way. Sorry, we'll go back one. There you go. Let us know when you got it.
Thank you.
All right. Oh, come on. It's at the top.
Oh, dear.
Well, Dorothy, I can send it to you too, okay?
We'll post it.
All right. Yes, because I'm
What's your messenger name?
Dorothy Lubin.
Lubin? L-U?
B-I-N.
Okay, you got it. I'll send it to you,
Thank
okay?
you. Appreciate it.
Anyone else have questions? Everybody's muted.
Oops.
It's all right. Thank you guys so much. Start your action steps, and we'll look forward to seeing you all hopefully back on here next Saturday. Let's do this.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, guys. Good training.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a great day.
Bye. Have a great week.